Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony. In the last episode, it is time. It is time for our final battle, Keebo's hope against Samugi's despair, and I am so ready for this. So only 2 of you can graduate.
What?
Out of the 4 of us, only 2 can survive?
Yes, that is so. I will let you decide the 2 who will survive.
We got this far, and you're telling us to sacrifice more of our friends?
It's just 2 measly sacrifices, and then the rest of you losers can leave the academy.
However, even if you do escape to the outside world, you will find it most unwelcoming.
They said that at the end of Danganronpa 1. I think we can make our own decisions here. We can decide what is unwelcoming or not.
No! As long as we never give up, there will always be hope.
Well, if you're gonna be a pussy about it, do whatever you want.
Can you choose which 2 will survive? Can you choose which 2 will be sacrificed?
I sacrifice myself!
Oh, bless my boy.
What? Keebo.
If it will bring hope to everyone and the outside world, I will gladly sacrifice myself.
But, Keebo?
It's okay. Even if it destroys my body, I will defeat despair.
Keebo!
Even if you sacrifice yourself, you still need one more.
In order for Hope to win, there needs to be one more sacrifice. Shuichi, Maki, and Himiko. One of them has to sacrifice themselves. Or Hope can't win.
You got the guts to make such a heartless choice?
That's...
Do you understand now? Even if you choose hope, you will still suffer.
You don't need to choose the hard way. No one expects you guys to do that.
Yeah, there will be no more killing. So let's all just stay here together.
Here's the thing. I'm not really interested in Big Brother meets the Purge. I'm also not interested in The Truman Show. I don't want to live like that.
There's no reason to go outside. Let's stay here together.
No, thank you.
Won't you stay here together? Let's all stay together.
I want to stay here with you. Here? Together?
I think everyone will feel a lot better after they vote for Keebo. Come on, let's stay together, please.
Together? Okay.
Don't let her fool you! Despair won't end this killing game. Only hope will.
You tell him, Keebo. You tell him. We're gonna get her.
Hope?
Okay. We just have the one bullet.
The world outside craves despair.
Okay, you know, I'm gonna just see what we've got.
End in despair. Everyone wants to feel despair.
Absolutely loves me.
Despair is Danganronpa.
Like this.
This despair is gonna fuck up reality itself. This time, the theme is the despair of a bad ending.
It's all just despair. I saw Buff Monokuma. I saw Buff Monokuma for 2 minutes, and it freaked me out. That's right. This is a story that ends with despair. Oh, no, he gets my voice. I'm voicing him because he's in control. I won't allow you to do that. I will destroy all your despair. Destroy it all until not a trace of it remains. And I will save everyone.
The world outside
Okay.
craves despair.
Oh, I missed. I think I missed.
Will end in despair.
There we go.
Everyone wants to feel despair.
Absolutely loves me.
Despair is Danganronpa.
Like this.
Oh, I missed. I keep missing.
Despair's gonna fuck up reality itself.
I think I've just got to get them all. It's the timing.
The world outside craves despair.
Okay, you're down.
This killing game will end in despair.
Take it out.
Everyone wants to feel despair.
And you.
Despair is Danganronpa. This despair is gonna fuck up reality itself.
And down.
This time, the theme is the despair of a bad ending.
Hope moves forward.
Damn straight it does, Keebo.
I will never give up. Hope will never lose to despair.
Huh? How's not giving up gonna help you, huh? Huh?
Even if you won't give up, as long as you don't sacrifice someone else.
I'll sacrifice myself.
Oh, to be honest, I thought Maki would agree. Maki's just learned that, you know, all of these feelings she had for Kaito were completely manufactured by someone else. I thought out of the three of them, I thought Maki was the most likely to volunteer.
What?
If Keebo and I sacrifice ourselves, then Shuichi and Himiko live, right? And they can survive this absurd killing game.
Maki?
After listening to Keebo, I've decided I don't want this killing game to end with despair. That would just piss me off.
Even if you only feel that way because I wrote you like that? Just like with Kaito.
Even then, I'll choose that ending if it means I can kill you. Even if I have to sacrifice my life, I will kill you.
Sacrifice? Wait, Maki!
I'm sorry, my darling assassin, crying face.
I'm sorry. I've already made up my mind.
But what's gonna happen to us? Can we really go back to the outside world?
What indeed? I told you over and over there's nothing for you out there.
No, once the audience sees this ending, I'm sure they'll help us. Everything is going to be okay. We'll definitely find hope.
What do you mean, hope?
Shuichi. Shuichi, don't you meddle in this.
What?
I reject that hope!
Oh.
I refuse. I won't accept that hope.
Mate, you... I don't care what you're accepting or not. We are going with Keebo.
Shuichi, what's the matter?
It's because of hope that this whole thing is happening! I reject that hope!
Oh, and such beautiful music to this as well. And we only have the one.
Hope itself is the villain here. We suffer because of hope. Tsumugi isn't trying to make us despair. She wants us to trust in hope. So I say no. I reject that hope.
Tsumugi wants us to trust in hope? What does that mean?
The reason this madness has gone on 53, it's because of hope. It's because the audience wants hope. They want to see hope defeat despair in the end. It's Hope's Peak Academy all over again. So if we fight for hope, we just be giving them what they want. And the killings will never end. Don't you see? Despair is the only choice.
Shuichi, why? Is this the power of despair, or...?
The reason this madness has gone on 53 times, it's because
I know
of
what
hope.
do. I know what do. We're going to continue fighting despair.
Hope. They want to see hope defeat despair in the end. It's Hope's Peak Academy all over again. So if we fight for hope, we just be giving them what they want. And the killings will never end. Don't you see? Despair is the only choice.
I will cut down your words! Despair takes everything from people, even their strength to press onward. That's why it's not possible for despair to be better.
The people watching probably feel the same way. They want hope too.
What?
Even if it's fiction, Everyone wants to feel hope. It gives them courage. And this killing game continues because we keep giving them the hope they want. While they ignore all the tragedies that we had to suffer to get there.
Again, y'all wanted the killing game. You wanted us to keep making these games where so many people lose their lives. I really do feel like shots have been fired at the audience. At the real audience, you know, the people playing these games.
Shuichi, that's...
Then let's start the voting time!
What?
The final vote! It's all gonna end here! You and your shitty hope!
Wait! We're not finished talking!
Please, let me just ask one more thing. I have to know something before we vote.
What is it?
If Hope wins this final vote, Keebo and Maki will sacrifice themselves. And you, Tsumugi, the loser, will also be punished, correct? What kind of punishment will they receive? Please, tell me what it is.
Come on, give him this one.
Why should I tell you? I never said anything about a punishment, did I?
That's right! The punishment isn't the problem right now. The problem is...
No, that is the problem. Because if the punishment is what I think it is, then... everything would make sense. Including why Rantaro participated in another killing game.
Oh, I think our boy is back. I think Shuichi's back.
Rantaro? What does he have to do with this?
You know the answer, Keebo.
Me?
If you really are connected to the outside world, then I want you to find the answer.
You can do it, Keebo. You can do it. The final punishment. If it's the reason Rantaro participated in the killing game again after surviving, then the punishment must be... Well, if his life was taken, he'd be dead. We were, you know, dicking about with a corpse. No! You participate in the next one.
This is it! I got it. The punishment is you have to participate in the next killing game, right?
What?
Yeah, I think so. The punishment after the final vote is to participate in another killing game. That's what Rantaro was talking about.
You wanted this killing game, so you have to win, no matter what. No matter what.
Something similar must have happened in the last killing game, and he was given a choice. He sacrificed himself, and was forced to participate again. All this means is, if we choose hope here, the killing game won't end.
So we need a third ending. We need to forge our own ending.
Tsumugi will still be the mastermind. Keebo will still represent the viewers. And Maki will be the new ultimate survivor. The killing game will begin again. Don't you see? If Hope wins, the killing won't stop. It's because Hope wins that the killing never stops. It's what the people want. They want Hope to win. They want the happy ending. That's how the killing game has gone on 53 times.
The killing game persists because Hope always wins?
Are we gonna get a depressing ending? I don't know. I don't know. This does reek of the writers not wanting to create more Danganronpa games. This reeks of the writers saying, we don't want to be doing this, we're only doing this because we feel like we're being forced into it by the viewers. Could they?
That's why I'm going to reject that hope.
That's despair. You're going to choose despair to end the killing game? How boring.
But this is fine. Our audience loves despair, so this will please them too.
After all, even if despair wins, the killing game still won't end.
Then, Hope has to win this game too.
We need a third option. We need a third option.
If we continue to win for Hope, then this killing game will surely end someday.
No, you don't get it. It's not going to end. It's going to keep happening over and over.
Then what are we supposed to do?
Forge your own ending.
When Maki said she was going to sacrifice herself just now, I thought, why? So many of our friends have sacrificed their lives. Why Maki? Why now? Why do we have to go through it again? The sorrow of losing Kaede and Kaito. Why do we have to feel that sadness over and over and over again? Why do we have to bear that burden? Well, I don't care how much the audience wants it. I'm not gonna feel that way anymore! I don't want anyone to feel that way anymore! Even if this is fiction, even if we're all fictional, the pain in my heart is real. The sadness I feel when I lose the people I love is real. I won't forgive this game that treats us like toys. And if this is what the world wants, then I reject that world! I'll fight the world that inflicts suffering for entertainment!
Fight the outside world?
I mean, it's an option. It's an option.
It doesn't matter what you do. No matter what a fictional character does or says, it's just fiction to the outside world.
It really isn't. It really, I can say this from personal experience. Some people think that fictional characters are real. And say that, oh, you don't like a character I like? I hope you die. Like, some people go way too far.
Then I'll fight the outside world from within this fiction.
From within this fiction? But how?
I refuse to vote.
Stalemate, just do nothing. Who wants to watch a TV show when nothing happens?
Refuse to vote?
Monokuma said that if we don't vote, we'll be killed for breaking the rules.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm doing it. If this ends without a single vote being cast for hope or despair, the audience would hate it. They'd never accept an ending like that. So I abstain. I refuse to give the outside world the ending it wants.
He's got a point. He's got... Oh, I like that.
I won't vote for Keebo or Tsumugi. I reject both hope and despair.
Hope won't end the killing game? If that's true, then this feeling that I must win for hope is... It's what the audience wants. It's what the audience wants. Rip off your antenna. Think for yourself. What am I supposed to do? Okay, we have hope.
I'll put a stop to this killing game.
You can't stop it! If Danganronpa ends, I'll be out of a job!
Even if this is all fake, our suffering and pain is real. It was rough for me too.
It's a death game. What the fuck you gonna do?
Ain't it better to just let it end with despair?
I reject both hope and despair. I reject a world that would make us do this. Which is why I abstain from voting. So this won't end in hope or despair.
You can't throw away your futures. Hope is contagious.
Okay. Oh, so there was only one thing that we could do there, hope at the end. I mustn't give up on hope, I know that. But if hope continues to demand tragedy from us, what am I supposed to do?
I'll put a stop to this killing game.
You can't stop it! If Danganronpa
Okay.
ends, I'll be out of a job!
Again, I need to pause. We weren't outright told. Normally it tells us. It tells us when we have to lie. Because hope versus hope, what's that going to achieve? We're like, oh, I refute hope with hope. Like, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Or I contradict hope with hope. That doesn't make any sense. Keebo said, like, if hope demands... I can't remember the exact line. But it was something like, oh, if hope demands that the killing game continue, then, like, what am I supposed to do? We weren't expressly told.
Even if this is all fake.
I mean, I've got 5 minutes I can experiment. Then I only have 2.5 parts.
Too. It's a death thing. What the fuck you gonna do?
I mean, to just let it end with despair.
It's the only thing I can think of.
I reject both hope and
It's
despair.
the only thing I can think of. Let's fast forward a little bit.
And in hope or despair.
And
You
it's...
throw away your futures. Hope is contagious.
It should end with hope. But
Ooh.
still...
Okay, thank goodness. What are you doing, Keebo? The audience is like, what are you doing? What are you doing? We don't want you to do this. Oh. That's it, Keebo. You think for yourself. You think for yourself.
Keebo, what are you doing?
He's thinking for himself. He's sacking off what the audience wants.
Did your inner voice really tell you to do that? Did it tell you to reject hope?
No. My inner voice is still telling me not to give up on hope. But if that hope demands tragedy from us, then I cannot trust it.
Adam. Oh, hello.
I may be a robot, but the thought of my friends dying still fills me with sadness.
Are we gonna play as everyone? Are we gonna play as Marky for a bit and then Himiko? Like, what is happening?
I don't want anyone else to feel this way. So, I will abandon hope.
Do you know what will happen if you do that? To defy the audience!
Screw the audience.
I don't give a damn. This killing game is over anyway. New characters are created just to show the outside world a fictional hope. They get written into these killing games, forced to betray one another. And at the end of the slaughter, the tragedy, the despair, hope always wins. Well, I've had enough of it. We're gonna end this right now. We won't let it end the way they want. We won't make a good ending or a bad one. To end this killing game and end it forever.
Okay, we're back as Shuichi.
We will reject Danganronpa.
Shuichi?
Tsumugi, you were right. I'm weak. I'm weaker than everyone else. If I didn't have my friends, I'd be useless. That's true even now. If Keebo and Maki didn't stand up, I would have ended it all right then.
We're just going to ignore Himiko. Himiko is useless in all of this.
But it's because I'm weak, and because I lost my way, that I finally realized. I finally realized how cruel this hope really is.
Hold on, everyone. If we keep thinking, we can find a better ending, and...
Oh, no. We don't want your hands in our ending. We don't want none of that.
Himiko, Maki, will you abstain from voting with me?
Abstain from voting?
You can't do that. All three of you will be killed if you do.
And so what?
You guys really want to commit suicide?
We're fictional characters. We're fictional characters. Can we commit suicide? You were insisting we're fictional, we're not real. So what does it matter?
It's still a sin to throw your life away, even if your life is fictional.
You've been fighting so hard to survive, but now you're gonna give up?
Such foolishness! To cast your life away is the height of stupidity.
Oh, come on, Himiko. Come on, Himiko, be brave.
Himiko, we can put an end to this insane killing game. We're gonna use our lives to end this madness.
Use our lives?
But Himiko, you have to choose, okay? You can't look away. You can't back down. You have to choose. Only those who have found the truth can choose their destiny.
Oh my god. This is amazing. We can put an end to this killing game. We can put an end to these killing games that everyone out there wants so badly. If so, then Use Our Lives has been recorded into the monopad. You can view it in the Truth Bullet menu. Okay. Okay, let's see.
If we refuse to vote, we all die.
To choose death is to blaspheme against life itself.
Hope and despair. Neither the victor. No one would want an ending like that.
You would throw your life away for that?
That would be a meaningless death.
No, it wouldn't. Our lives are our strongest weapons. And with these weapons, we revolt against the outside world.
Okay, okay. If we don't stop this killing game, these tragedies will just keep happening. Tenko and Angie wouldn't want that.
If we refuse to vote,
I think it's not meaningless.
We all die.
It's not meaningless, we agree.
To choose death is to blaspheme against life itself.
Oh, who cares?
Hope and despair.
Let's go forward. It's not meaningless.
Our lives are our strongest weapons. And with these weapons, we revolt against the outside world.
I'm gonna put an end to it. Even if I'm a fictional character, my life is real. That's why killing games are fun, right? It's fun to see two lives clash, right? But I won't let you use my life for some show.
Oh, atta girl.
Use my life to end this killing game. So Tenko, Angie, and all the past victims can rest in peace. Use the only weapon I've got. I'll use my life to put an end to this killing game!
What? Suicide is suicide, no matter what your reason is.
Perhaps that thought is just another work of fiction, following along my outline.
It could be a part of my script, just like Maki falling for Kaito, you know?
It could be, but I doubt it.
'Cause if none of you vote, and I do, then I'll be the only one who survives. Doesn't that sound exactly like something the big bad mastermind would come up with?
Come on, Maki. Your turn next.
It's okay, Maki. Believe in me. And believe in yourself, just like you believed in Kaito.
Believe in myself?
That's why you have to fight, even if you're scared. Because you have that strength. Come on! It'd be a lousy story if the hero gave up so easily.
And we're all the hero. We're all the heroes of this story. I'm loving this. I'm loving that we're playing as everyone. My desire to end this killing game may be fictional. And the mastermind as the sole survivor would be a convenient ending for her. All of that might be implanted as well, just like my feelings for Kaito. Everything is fiction, a story written by someone else. But even then, we will use our lives and we will end this.
Even your thoughts are works of fiction. It's all following my outline to a T.
Oh, whatever you say, girl.
Is fiction.
Whatever you say.
That's Danganronpa for ya.
Even if it is fiction, it's because of everyone's sacrifices that we've come this far. Their deaths have to be more than just fiction. There must be something we can do.
You mean to live your lives for them as well.
We're going to use this fiction to change reality. We're going to end Danganronpa!
I will believe in myself.
Oh, atta girl.
Even if everything is fictional, I'll believe in my feelings. If I can't believe in my feelings, then my existence will have no meaning. If we can change reality, then we won't be just fiction. Our lives will have significance. And hopefully, my feelings will have significance too.
You say that it's okay for everyone to die together?
Yep.
Man, why do you guys want to die so badly?
Because fuck you.
It's not that I want to die. We fought so hard to survive. Of course we don't want to die. But it's not just about us. Everyone who died in the killing games felt the same way. They were all desperate to live. They wanted to survive.
I note. Everyone is here, except for Kyo. Unless I'm being very blind, everyone is here except for Kyo because he was too weird. He was too much of a weirdo, so like we're just gonna ignore him.
For themselves and for someone else. That desire isn't fictional to us. That pain isn't fictional to us. To us, the killing game is real tragedy. That's why we have to stop it. We won't let this happen ever again.
Oh no, I think he was down in the bottom corner. I thought that was Kaede. I thought that was Kaede looking up, but I think that was actually Kyo over the Okay, no, I take it back. He was there. He wasn't too much of a weirdo.
Like I told you, it's not going to stop, because that's what the world wants. As long as the world wants killing games, Danganronpa will not end!
Then we have to change it.
There's no way you can change it. Fiction could never change the real...
You don't believe in the power of fiction?
Huh?
A beautiful response.
It may not be a physical power, but our wish will surely be received by someone. If fiction has the power to touch people's hearts, then that power can change the world. That is what I believe. I will also abandon my vote, just as Shuichi suggested.
Then it's decided. We all abstain from voting. We reject hope and despair. We refuse to bow to the demands of the outside world.
Are you serious?
Completely.
Are you getting flustered? Your costume changes are less frequent now.
Ooh.
Are you crazy? If you do that, only I, the mastermind, will survive, you know?
What about hope?
What about despair?
Do whatever you want with hope and despair.
We've already decided to quit this killing game.
I don't care about this fictional world.
That's right. This class trial is over. Now, start voting time.
Voting time? No, not yet. This game is gonna continue.
Because everyone's decided to abstain and it's not going your way. Nothing you can do can make us vote. Nothing you can do. We're not playing. It's like War Game. The only way to win is to not play.
The killing game will continue.
Says who?
This class trial will go on forever and ever.
Continue the game.
Is gonna keep going. And this class
trial ain't over yet either. You really want the killing game to end? You really want Danganronpa to end? Come on, even if we keep going back and forth. Let's keep this game going! I won't let it be voting time yet!
I always get about 5 minutes on the non-stop debates because I have that perk. The fact that that has been brought down to a minute, that is a clue. We're going to abstain from voting. We don't have to play this rigged game. I'm going to abandon the entire thing. I'm going to end this killing game.
This game is gonna keep going.
We're being told to abstain from the vote. I think
you really want the killing game to end?
I'm gonna put my controller down. I'm gonna put my controller down.
Come on, even if we keep going back and forth.
The only way to win is to not play. I'm not gonna play.
I won't let it be voting time yet.
Nope. No, I'm abstaining. I'm abstaining. I don't want anything involved with this.
This game is gonna keep going. And this class trial ain't over yet either.
You just keep
really
shouting.
Want the killing game
keep
to
shouting,
end?
mate.
You really want Danganronpa to end? Come on, even if we keep going back and forth. Let's keep this game going.
Nope.
Hey, why aren't you doing anything?
Because fuck you.
I'm abandoning this game. I won't play your game anymore, Monokuma. Now start the vote.
I won't let you abandon this game.
You can't make me play.
I definitely won't let you! Yeah, I still need you guys to keep playing the game.
Hangman's Gambit. And again, we only have 33 seconds. Part of me is tempted to spell out fuck because it's a 4-letter word, but no, no. Absolutely not. This is, I'm liking this, but again, the player is being forced to not play the game. This seems like a dig. I'm gonna look this up once I've finished. Was there beef with the Danganronpa devs? Did they not want to continue on the series? Because this just feels... It feels like one big middle finger.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm not playing.
Let's have more fun with the game. Let's have lots and lots of fun with Danganronpa!
Why couldn't Psyche Taxi have been like this from the get-go? Just one lane with lots of bubbles. Like, no. It's too little too late. I am tempted, like, what does this question actually spell out? But no, I'm not gonna play. Find someone else. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Do the class trial right, or the audience is gonna get bored!
Nope. No. No. I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
Fine, be bored. We're not here for your entertainment. We're trying to survive. You're the ones who want us to be entertaining.
What you gonna do, Smoogie? What you gonna do? They're screaming at the management. It's all your fault.
If you're gonna complain, perhaps you should just stop watching. Even if we have to make the entire audience hate us, we're not going to stop. We're gonna end our tragedy here.
Give up already and start voting time.
All 4 of us will abstain from voting, so you'll be the only one who survives.
Are you okay with that, Keebo? Is your inner voice telling you that's okay?
He's not listening to his inner voice anymore. He's thinking for himself.
Does the outside world really want that? Do they want Danganronpa to end? Hey! What are they saying? What's your inner voice saying?
My inner voice doesn't matter anymore. I'm going to end this game with my
Ooh. Hello? Keebo?
Keebo?
Keebo, what's wrong?
I know his antenna is now straight. His antenna was all kind of doofy and wrecked looking. Now it's straight. Have the devs taken over?
That's what I thought. See? They don't want this kind of ending. They want the killing games to continue. That is the outside world's decision.
What?
Isn't that right, Keebo?
Yes. My inner voice will not accept an ending without hope or despair.
Fuck your inner voice! Fuck them!
Keebo!
Can someone please just rip the antenna off of him?
Keebo, get a hold of yourself!
That's not possible. The Keebo you see there isn't the one you know. Like I said, you can't defy the audience when you're their surrogate. It's because he did such a silly thing that he's feeling the audience's anger now.
What do you mean? What's happening to Keebo?
It's a hostile takeover!
Since Keebo kept defying the audience, they took a vote and decided that troublesome personality of his should be erased.
We need to rip the antenna off of his head.
His personality was erased?
Come on, Keebo, come on. Come on, buddy. You're one of my favorites. You can't be erased. You gotta still be in there.
How cruel can you guys be? How long are you gonna play with our lives?
But that's the decision of the outside world. Don't just end Danganronpa! We supported you! You owe us!
I get this. This feels like one dev being like, I hate my job.
That's what they said. So it doesn't matter how much you fight, you can't change the outside world. Because the outside world still wants Danganronpa. That won't change.
What did you say?
So do you still want to throw your lives away? Even if it changes nothing?
Come on, Keebo, come on. Give me a sign. Come on, buddy, fight! Fight!
Keebo!
Keebo!
I can barely control it. Looks like this is the end.
Don't say that! You survived this far!
I'm sorry. I could not fight with you until the end.
Just rip off the antenna! Rip off the antenna, buddy!
But your choice is not wrong. The real enemy is the outside world who is enjoying this killing game.
Again, and all the devs turned to look at the people buying their product.
So please, use me to change the world.
Come on, please, please. If we're not gonna get Keebo back, then please, outside world, come on. Listen to my boy.
Keebo.
Keebo! Stay with us!
He's completely erased. That makes me sad too, you know. He was a character I created. But this is the end. The outside world rejects your decision.
They might have been moved. They might have been moved.
So no matter how you use your lives, it won't change anything.
Then I'll change it. Keebo gave us this one chance. If Keebo is doing what the outside world is telling him, we just have to convince him. I know we can change the world. We owe it to Keebo to try.
I said it's impossible! For fiction to change the real world...
The impossible is possible. All you gotta do is make it so. You can even change the world. No, we will change the world. For ourselves and everyone who died.
You're going to throw your lives away for those who have died? You fought to survive this killing game. If you die now, it's all over.
Even if we die, it's not the end. Our friends who died gave us their love, and we changed because of that. If we can inspire change in others, then that love will live on. That love will tear down the wall between fiction and reality, and it will live on forever.
Oh hell, this is beautiful.
That's why I'm gonna change the world. As long as I have their love, I will change it. Even if this whole story is a lie, I will use that lie to change the world.
That's right. We're not gonna just be fiction.
Shuichi, you can change this world. Because you're Kaito's sidekick.
Why? And just like that, this trial was ruined. Why? I was at like 100% enjoyment, and that one line has brought me down to like 30%. No.
There's no way you can persuade them like that.
Let's just move on.
They all love the killing games. They can't get enough Danganronpa.
I'm giving the world what it wants. I won't let hypocrites interfere.
Keebo, let me hear the voices of the outside world. And let them hear me.
This isn't my Danganronpa. I'm a longtime fan. Do you realize how much I've given to this show? I'm gonna be pissed if there isn't a happy ending. Man, this debate is getting whack. I don't like twists like this. This is getting way too meta. This isn't my Danganronpa. I'm a longtime fan. Do you realize how much I've given to this show? I'm gonna be pissed if there isn't a happy ending. Man, this debate is getting whack. I don't like twists like this. This is getting way too meta. This isn't my Danganronpa. I'm a longtime fan. Do you realize how much I've given to this show? I'm gonna be pissed if there... No way fiction can change the world, lol.
Fiction has the power to change reality.
I'm not here for a damn lecture. Hey, what about Little Miss Assassin's punishment? Preachy characters are so annoying. Man, I was rooting for the detective. This guy should have died instead of Kaede. Death makes the characters better. Death is the point of Danganronpa. I'm not here for a damn lecture. Hey, what about Little Miss Assassin's punishment? Preachy characters are so annoying. Man, I was rooting for the detective. This guy should have died instead of Kaede. Death makes the characters better. Death is the point of Danganronpa. I'm not here for a damn lecture. Hey, what about Little Miss Assassin's punishment? Preachy characters are so annoying. Killing games are the best form of entertainment.
Oh, no, I fucked it.
I'm not here for a damn lecture. Hey, what about Little Miss Assassin's punishment? Preachy characters are so annoying. Man, I was rooting for the detective. This guy should have died instead of Kaede. Death makes the... Killing games are the best form of entertainment.
I won't let you use our lives for entertainment.
Hope versus despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! 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 Hope! Despair! 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 Hope! 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 Despair! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! This ending sucks! Hope! Hope! Despair! Despair! Hope! Hope! Despair! Despair! Hope! Hope! Despair! Despair! Hope! Hope! Despair! Despair! Hope! Hope! Hope versus despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! 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 Hope! Despair! 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 Hope! 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 Despair! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair!
A pointless death because no one voted is the worst ending ever!
Oh. This is so much. This is so much.
Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! 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 Hope! Despair! 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 Hope! 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 Despair! Despair!
A pointless death because no one voted is the worst ending ever!
Hope versus despair!
I can't think. This is too much for me.
Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! 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 Hope! Despair! 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 Hope! Hope! Hope!
A pointless death because no one voted is the worst ending ever!
I have no idea. I don't know what I've tried. I don't know what's...
Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! 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 Hope! Despair! 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 Hope! 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 Despair!
A pointless death because no one voted is the worst ending ever!
I don't... I don't know. I don't know. I'm completely stumped.
Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! 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 Hope! Despair! 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 Hope!
A pointless death because no one voted is the worst ending ever!
It's not pointless. We're gonna use
There
our
we go.
lives to change the world.
This is so much.
You can't just end it out of the blue like this.
Who cares if they die? They're not real. Just kill each other already.
Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair! Hope! Despair!
We want more of the killing game. I need that sweet closure. Well, hopefully there's another season. There's no way they'd let it end like this. I'm a longtime fan. Do you realize how much I've given to the show? Death makes the characters suck. The point of despair. Death makes the characters the point of despair. Death makes the point of despair. Pick one. Danganronpa really gonna end? You can't just end it out of the blue. Who cares if they die? They're not.
Oh my god.
Danganronpa will never end, will it?
Together, we're gonna end Danganronpa!
Jesus Christ.
What just happened?
My feelings exactly. What the fuck?
Keebo?
Like I said, it's pointless. The outside world won't let Danganronpa end. Everyone loves Danganronpa. That's reality. Killing game entertainment will continue forever!
Now then, let's proceed with voting time! I think hopeful Keebo should vote for despairing Tsumugi, without a doubt! Because that's what the outside world wants to see!
Come on. Come on, after that, please.
Let's give it everything we've got! Presenting one last voting time!
No, I'm not. I'm not voting. I'm not voting. Jesus, that was... I've forgotten what that minigame is called, but oh, damn, that was difficult. Gee, I panicked. I just started panicking in the middle there, and I just... Jesus. Jesus Christ.
All right, looks like voting is over. Let's hurry and announce the results.
I didn't vote. That was the right thing to do, right?
I hope so.
The three of us might be penalized for abstaining to vote. But what's going to happen to Keebo and Tsumugi?
If Keebo is controlled by the outside world, he must have voted for Tsumugi.
Then what about Tsumugi? If she had cast one vote for Keebo, then it would be a tie, but...
Oh, there's no need to worry about that. I didn't vote either.
Pardon?
What?
Just as I thought. You wanted Hope to win.
That's not it. We're friends, aren't we? There's no way I'd abandon you guys.
Friends? You've got no right saying that now!
I turned over a new leaf. I'm not lying. It's the truth. So, since the four of us abstained from voting, only Keebo's vote counts. No matter who he voted for, the only one who survives is Keebo. So, in other words, the winner is Hope.
Unless?
But Keebo said earlier that he'd sacrifice himself and take the punishment, right? So we're going to punish him. He'll be participating in the next killing game.
Hold it! Why are you punishing Keebo? If Keebo survives, then there's no need for him to be sacrificed.
It doesn't work like that. He needs to follow through on his words.
That's not fair! Are you twisting the rules again?
It's fine, because this is all fiction. Maybe it's a bit forced, but that's fiction for you, right? Well, since I didn't vote, I'll be killed with you guys. But I'll accept my death. If you guys are willing to die to stop the killing game, I'll die to continue it. Even if it's just fiction, I gave my life to make it. I've given my life to Danganronpa. And how about this for the next plotline? Hope has won, but the lone survivor, Keebo, remains trapped. Now he'll challenge the killing game anew. Will he be able to grasp true hope? Yeah, an ending like that can work, right?
What? This is the worst possible ending.
But this is bad. At this rate, our deaths will be meaningless.
Well, we already know the outcome, but we should follow protocol. Monokuma, please tell us the results.
Okay, then let's begin. Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Who will win? Hope or despair?
Come on, audience. Come on. Yes! All rise. There we are. That's right.
What?
Fuck you.
Why?
All 5 people abstained from voting?
What did you say? on, didn't Keebo vote?
Phew, I'm relieved.
It can't be.
Huh? Why? What is this?
Okay.
The world has changed.
What?
Huh?
That's true.
If Keebo refused to vote, that means the world has changed. It means the audience chose not to vote as well.
That's it.
They rejected this killing game.
What is that?
What?
Serves you right. That's what you get for breaking the rules like that.
Why?
Hold on. Is that really okay? Danganronpa is going to end? The killing game full of tense standoffs and backstabbings among friends.
Stop!
It's just going to abruptly end with season 53? Is that really okay? They're switching off. They're no longer interested.
What?
Huh?
No.
Your words can't reach them anymore.
That's it.
You never appreciated us. And it looks like you didn't appreciate the power of fiction. No one wants you anymore. No one wants to hear your sick, twisted stories anymore. Huh. It's over. This is it. It's finished. It really is the end, isn't it?
So what are we gonna do now? Now that it's over, there's no need for any punishments.
No.
What a half-assed ending! This is no way to end Danganronpa!
Yeah.
No, it needs to end with a punishment, at the very least.
I see.
Hey.
Now, if we continue to live after this, the choice we made won't really matter. The people will just want another killing game, so...
That's true.
So the only way we can stop this killing game is to kill ourselves.
Got it. So let's just get it over with.
It's going to end with everyone being annihilated. I never expected an ending like that, so I don't have a punishment ready.
Yeah.
So I'll just leave it to Keebo.
Yes.
Alright, I'll do it. I'll be the one who ends this killing game. I'll bring this fiction to an end.
It's the will of the outside world. Destroy this entire fictional world and end the killing game. That is what the outside world wants.
I worked hard to keep this going for 53 seasons and now it's all over. Well, that's fine. If this is a world without killing games now.
No.
I don't want to be a part of it. I have no interest in a world without Danganronpa.
I guess this is it for us. No survivors. That's kind of a bummer.
It's okay.
But now it's all over. We're the last ones to suffer from the killing games.
Okay.
Come on, everyone. We should be proud. We were able to change the world in the end.
Because...
If this is all just fiction, then everything we've achieved up till now might be a lie. But those lies, they changed the world. Even if we are just fictional characters someone made up.
That's it.
We were able to change the world.
Oh, right.
You're right. I feel the same way. My plan was such a flawless copy, it even failed right at the end.
So I should be able to hold my head up high.
So I should be able to hold my head up high as a cosplay cat criminal, right?
Huh?
A cosplay cat criminal?
Everyone!
Very well, let's begin. Or rather, let's end This is the will of the outside world. Game over. Tsumugi, Shuichi, Himiko, and Maki will receive punishment. Time to destroy the Ultimate Academy.
Are you okay?
Hello. I thought it was done. I thought it was done. I was relaxing because I was like, oh, it's just going to be the credits. I don't need to record any more of my audio. Hello?
Yeah, somehow.
I'm sort of stuck here. Someone help me out.
Himiko, careful.
Yeah, I'm saved.
We made it. Hey, how were we saved? Why are we still alive?
Yeah, why are we alive? I wonder...
The killing game is over. The class trials are over. And the fictional world is over. So then, where are we? Another fictional world after the fiction has ended? What's left for us here? Everyone's killing game closing ceremony. Ooh. We were silent for a long while, staring into the other side, where we continued to hope. And they continued to torture us. The outside world. 53 times hope moved forward. 53 times the suffering continued. The world on the other side of the fiction, the real world.
So, what do we do now?
We didn't think of a plan for what to do after. I thought that was the end of us back there.
But we survived. And that's the truth. Okay.
It seems as though we don't really have a choice. We can't stay here anymore.
Hey.
But I don't get it. Seriously, how are we still alive? When this world destroyed itself, I thought we would go down with it.
You're right. Keebo probably saved us. He made sure we didn't die.
Why?
But why would he do that? 'Cause he was a good boy. There's no point in us escaping to the outside world. We're just fictional characters. Did Keebo save us because he was acting on what the outside world wanted?
No.
Then maybe this is what the outside world wanted.
Yeah? For us to live?
Okay.
That's right. In addition to ending all this, the outside world wanted us to live. I suppose the outside world wanted this lie to become the truth. So come on everyone, let's head outside, with confidence.
Remember,
the outside world is waiting.
To the outside world, huh? I wonder what kind of world it is.
A peaceful world with no fighting and no despair. That's what Tsumugi said, right?
You're right.
Yeah, if she wasn't lying.
Yeah? Yeah? It might be a lie?
Because...
Remember the last thing Tsumugi said? My plan was such a flawless copy, it even failed right at the end. So I should be able to hold my head up high as a cosplay cat criminal, right?
If I remember correctly...
She said copy. That means she must have been copying someone, right?
What? What does that mean?
What indeed?
What did you say? What, you don't know?
But...
well, I have some theories. Perhaps Hope's Peak Academy and the remnants of despair really exist. Maybe Tsumugi was just basing her performance on them.
Hey!
So Tsumugi lied about this whole world being just fiction?
What did you say? What? A surprise ending?
No.
No, I don't really know for sure. She might have been lying when she said copy. But if she were telling the truth, then it would make sense that that was a lie.
What? What do you mean that?
That's...
What Tsumugi showed us. The way we were when we first arrived.
Huh?
Huh? What am I wearing?
How nice!
Looking good. Now you look more like Ultimates.
Huh?
Ultimates, really?
So...
Next up, the memory you've all been waiting for.
You guys are ready?
Hell yeah, get ready. Once the seal is broken, we'll be in the domain of the killing game. Killing game?
Could it be...
You mean we were selected?
All right.
We got picked? Really? Alright. Well, really? I'm selected for it too?
But...
I still don't believe it. I can't believe that any of us would volunteer for this.
We forgot everything about our old selves after the first flashback light, didn't we?
If I remember correctly...
That's what Tsumugi said, but something's been bugging me about that. Even if we were obsessed with this killing game, I still can't believe we would participate in it. I don't believe it. But I don't really have any logic behind that.
What?
One of Kaido's hunches, huh? He's from beyond the grave. In the epilogue, he's taking credit for our work.
What's the point?
Anyway, there's no way for us to check when we all applied to the academy, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. What? We can't check?
So in the end, we still don't know what was true or not. The fictional world ends here and the real world lies out there. Perhaps just beyond here is the truth. But maybe it isn't.
Don't tell me. Maybe it's all still fiction in that world, or... Maybe Danganronpa still continues in that world, or...
Or maybe the outside world is the same as this world. It might be a world filled with lies.
Well, if we can get out from here, we'll know for sure.
But...
Yeah, but I feel like there's not too much meaning in truth and lies.
Yeah? What do you mean?
I mean that even if something is a lie, even if it's fiction...
Remember...
If it has the power to change the world, then it must contain some kind of truth.
Aren't we proof of that? In this fictional world, we overcame all these fictional struggles. But those things changed us, and we were able to change the world. So it doesn't really matter where the truth ends and where the lies begin. If lies can change the world just as well as the truth can, then lies are just another way of telling the truth. Some lies can lead the world to hope. Some truths can lead the world to despair. So I don't think anyone can really say which is more right in the end.
I guess it's not important whether it's a truth or a lie, just what it leads to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I believe.
We stand with one foot in fiction and one foot in reality.
Then, we need to see for ourselves whether this fictional world has changed the outside world, and what we can do from this point on.
You're right. We can't stay in this fictional world forever. It's already over. We gotta take all the experience we earned in this world and go on to the next.
Yeah, let's go. We'll see what this world gained, and what it lost, and all the rest. Let's find out, together.
To the other side of this world. To the other side of fiction. Let's find out, together. It's what we could accomplish. The story lives on. I'm sure even now, even on the other side, it lives on there as well. And thus, the story lives on. Was this lie able to change something? Was this lie able to change someone? Was this lie able to change the world? If it was able to change even the smallest thing, then the story isn't over. And there we go. That is the end of Danganronpa V3, and you know, I would very easily say this. That was the best Danganronpa game I have ever played. I absolutely loved that. They showed such major improvements in terms of the writing, especially the character writing. I mean, I complained about this repeatedly in Danganronpa 1 and 2. The girls got left by the wayside. I'm convinced the only reason they had female characters in Danganronpa 1 and 2 was so that they could do fan service moments. That's it. Because the girls in the previous games, they got no growth. There were no character moments where any of the women grew and developed. They all just remained static. They were the exact same characters at the end of the game as they were at the beginning. None of the girls got the time of day. And so to see both Himiko and Maki get those moments where they grew, you know, Himiko especially, where she started off as this very lazy, I don't give a shit character, and then by the end she was so proactive. She was so involved in the group. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. I am so glad that the girls got the screen time and the growth that they deserved. The writing for the mysteries as well, my god. To be brutally honest, now that I've played V3, the mysteries in the first two games were piss easy. Piss easy. Like, to be brutally honest, you didn't need the investigation segment in the first two games. By the time that started, you had like 80 to 90% of the clues because they gave the audience a front row seat to all of the murder prep. Every single time they showed so much prep work to the player. I've said this before, I felt so guilty in chapter 5 of Danganronpa 2. Because literally, oh my god, Nagito, oh, what's this? Investigation start, and the first thing I said was, I think I know what happened. I didn't even need to investigate because, again, they had given us so many clues as to what happened. All I needed was the investigation into Nagito's hut to go, oh, he was poisoned. I thought it was smoke inhalation, but no, it was clearly this poison. Oh, but like, aside from that, they gave us damn near everything. And so in V3, where they've gone, okay, yeah, no, we're not going to give you any clues leading up to the case. You actually have to investigate during the investigative segment. Well, like, except in chapter 1, but we kind of had to have a front row seat for chapter 1. But like, excluding chapter 1, every other chapter, every other case, we didn't get any clues beforehand. And that was wonderful. It was so good having to think on my feet in those investigative sections. It was so good having to actually put clues together and be like, okay, so we have this. Oh, and we have this now. And like, what does that mean? Rather than just banking up the clues and being like, oh, here's the crime scene. Well, based on this, and this is probably what happened. Like, I absolutely loved these investigations. This was, as I said, hands down, my favorite Danganronpa game, and the main story as well. Again, I've said this before, I can understand why someone might not like that twist. Personally, I loved it. Now, I know that at the end there, in the epilogue, they kind of indicated that maybe Samugi had lied and that they didn't audition for this, that you know, maybe they were kidnapped or whatever. They left that kind of open-ended. You know, Shuichi himself said like, oh, I don't know. I don't have any logic behind this. It's just a feeling, blah, blah, blah. Personally, I think it was true. I think they did audition that they were little psychopaths. I prefer that story. I prefer that story where they were awful people, and in a way that the flashback lights kind of turned them into better people. And obviously they've grown over the course of the story. They've become stronger. Again, if you want to view that as like a no, Tsumugi did lie. They were innocent people who were like brought into this against their will, like fair play to you. But personally, I prefer the story of they were little psychopaths and they auditioned for this and blah, blah, blah. I prefer that rather than, you know, oh, maybe we weren't awful. Maybe we didn't audition for this. I think this was my favorite overall story as well. As I said, I liked Hope's Peak, but I was never like, oh my god, Hope's Peak, what's going on? I need to read every manga. I need to see the anime. I need to consume every little bit of this story. Num num num. Like I was never that into it. I was just kind of like, okay, this is cool. There's a school for ultimates, like whatever. Okay, you know, the biggest, most awful tragedy in human history. That's cool. Whatever. Like I enjoyed it, but I wasn't super into it. This I was into. And I liked the ending message that fiction can alter reality. I know I got a bit salty at the end there because, you know, some people take fiction a little too seriously. I will be talking about that in a minute. But for right now, let's just focus on the good things. You know, I got a little salty at the end there. However, I love that message, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. Fiction can change reality. Stories can touch you so deeply that they affect you on a personal level, and I love that as a message. I mean, the vast majority of games I play on this channel are RPGs, where I create and embody characters, and those characters are fictional, but I love them. I love them so much, and I spend most of my time as those characters. There was a line in the epilogue there. We've got 1 foot in fiction and 1 foot in reality. That's how I spend most of my time. That is how I spend most of my time. So I love the overall message. I think I would give this game like a 9 out of 10. There were some things that I was kind of like, why? There were some characters that I was kind of like, why? And I'm not even talking about Kaito there. I'm talking about Mew repeatedly bringing up shit. It's the same thing with Nekamaru. I'm like, why do you keep talking about shitting? Why do you keep doing this? Like, there were some moments where I was like, what? Why is this here? What purpose does this serve? I think it's supposed to be comedy, but like, it's just not. It's just talking about shit or pee. And I'm like, yeah, no. So there were some moments where I was kind of like, eh. But for the most part, this was a very solid game. It had the best writing in the main franchise, in my opinion. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. However, to be brutally honest, I do regret playing this game. I regret playing this game because I have been doing Let's Plays for 4 years. And in that time, I have occasionally had to deal with random people coming into my videos and just being like, oh, I don't like you, I think you're a bitch. Fuck you. Like, just randomly. Random comments like that. And here's the thing, that's one of the risks you take when you make YouTube videos, and you get used to it. And to be honest, that sort of thing doesn't really bother me. I have never had to deal with the vitriol that has been spewed at me. Like, how long have I been playing this game? I can check. 10 months. 10 months. I have had multiple people tell me that I should kill myself, that they hope I die. What in the actual fuck? I have not had to face that kind of bullshit in 4 years, but in the 10 months I've been doing this, I get that kind of treatment, all because I don't like a fictional character. all because I have a negative opinion on a character. Someone who does not exist, who does not give a shit what anyone thinks of him, who cannot be hurt by my opinions. It's insane to me. It is actually insane to me, and not once have I ever slagged off Kaito's fans. Not once have I slagged off a real person. I have only ever slagged off Kaito. Like, please, if I'm wrong, tell me. Go find a part in this Let's Play where I say, oh, I don't understand how anyone could like Kaito. In fact, if you like Kaito, I think you're a bitch, and fuck you, and I want you to kill yourself. Go kill yourself, Kaito fans. Fuck you. Go find me where I went after actual Kaito fans. Please do so. You can't, because it never happened. Quite the opposite, in fact. I can pull up multiple times where I said I can understand why people would like Kaito, I just don't personally. I can see that a lot of Kaito's traits are traits common in anime protagonists, so I understand why people would like him. I personally don't like those traits though. I can pull up multiple times where I said that. You will not find a single time where I went after real live people. But no, because I don't like a fictional character, I deserve to be told I should kill myself. How fragile and delicate are your egos, if that is your response? Genuinely, I think some people, they need their opinions to be validated. They so desperately need their opinions to be validated, so they watch Let's Plays with commentary. But the minute that, like, oh, they don't agree with my opinions, oh god, I don't know what to do, I need the validation, that means that this is a personal attack on me, so I'm gonna tell them to kill themselves. No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Me having a negative opinion on a fictional character is not a personal attack. And if you don't know how to cope with someone having a contrary opinion to yourself, you have no business watching a Let's Play with commentary. I'm certain there are thousands of Let's Plays of Danganronpa V3 with no commentary whatsoever. If your ego is so fragile and delicate that you cannot handle someone having an opposite opinion to you, those are the Let's Plays you should be watching. You have no business watching a Let's Play with commentary, and it's bullshit. It is absolute bullshit how I have been treated just for having a negative opinion. Absolute bollocks. Now, leaving that behind, I have, of course, made a tier list for all of the characters in this game. Just as a reminder, I don't include any characters that were in previous games, so Monokuma is not on this tier list. Anyone that Samuge cosplayed as is not on this list. Starting off, of course, F tier, Kaito. I hated him. He was the human equivalent of dog shit, and he never got any better. Moving swiftly on, E tier, Blue Monokub. I've forgotten his name. Was it Monokid? I think it was Monokid, Monosuke, and Mew. I just didn't like them. Again, Mew was constantly being sexual, and I think it was supposed to be funny. I just didn't find it funny. I just found it grotesque. Monosuke and Monokid. Again, Monokid talked about shit a lot, and Monosuke, I just never really connected with him. D tier, we have Monophony, Maki, and Shuichi. Monophony, didn't really like her. Didn't hate her as much as Monokid and Monosuke, so that's why she's there. Maki, funnily enough, the more we got to know Maki, the less I liked her. When she was kind of strong and silent, I was kind of like, ooh, you know, this is mysterious, I like it. But the more we got to know her, the more, what's the word I'm looking for? Tsundere? The more tsundere she got, and I'm just not a big fan of tsundere characters. It's a trope that I'm kind of like, oh no, I don't find this charming. I don't find this like, oh, you know, fuck you, Baka, I secretly like you, but I'm gonna call you stupid. I'm like, that's not charming, that's just childish. And there were multiple instances where I thought she was being unfair. Oddly enough, it was one of the few times I defended Kaito in the Let's Play where he was sick and she was like, oh, why is he not being at training? He's sick, he should be there regardless. And I was like, no, if he's sick, then he shouldn't go to training. And you can't expect an apology. Like, it's not his fault that he's sick. Like, I thought that was very disrespectful of her. Didn't really like her for that. And Shuichi, I viewed him as very weak and spineless. The way that he let Kaito walk all over him, like, yes, sir, I'll be your sidekick, sir. I'll be your doormat, sir. Like, just, no. Absolutely no respect for him. C tier, we have Monotaro, Rentaro, Kyo, and Kurumi. C tier is kind of my meh tier. I didn't like them, I didn't dislike them. Monotaro had a few cute moments, but again, nothing that really stood out to me. Again, Rentaro, he died so quickly. He died so quickly, it's very difficult to have an opinion of him. Kyo, this might surprise some people that Kyo is in my meh tier and that he's not further down. Here's the thing, to be brutally honest, I still have a lot of conflicting opinions about Kyo because of the third chapter. I got a very generic trigger warning, and so that made me think that Kyo was a rapist because that's what I find triggering. And then it turned out that no, it was a trigger warning for incest, which incest is grotesque. I don't necessarily find it triggering. I'm gonna be brutally honest. If I were told, okay, you have to spend 10 minutes locked in a room with someone who engages in consensual sex with a sibling, or you have to spend 10 minutes locked in a room with someone who engages in non-consensual sex with people who aren't their siblings, I'm hanging out in the incest room. I was like, okay, what's your relationship like with your sister? Like, I'm not spending time locked in a room with a rapist. Like, there is, no thank you. I think there are worse things a person can do than consensual incest. So, Kyo, that's kind of where I put him. I found him very amusing, but I just, like I said, I still feel very conflicted over that third chapter because I spent so much of it thinking he was going to be a rapist. I spent so long thinking, oh, he's going to have done something absolutely horrific to Tenko and Angie. So that's why he's there. He probably would have been a lot higher if I hadn't gotten that trigger warning. Again, it kind of fucked me up for chapter 3. And then Kurumi, again, I don't really have any strong opinions on Kurumi. She was just kind of there. B tier, we have Monodam, Tsumugi, Ryoma, and Kokichi. Now, I loved Monodam. I loved Monodam. Tsumugi, same thing. That final chapter where she was revealed as the mastermind, and she was reveling in the attention, and just, it was beautiful. It was amazing. There were other characters that, ranked higher. That's why she's in B tier, but still, I really enjoyed her. Ryoma, I had so much respect for Ryoma. I didn't necessarily like him a lot, but I respected him a great deal. And the cat amongst the pigeons, Kokichi, why is he there? I hated Kokichi. I absolutely hated him for what he did to Gonta. But, and there it is, but he pushed the plot forward like no one else. He was like a superior Nagito, in my opinion. Nagito walked so that Kokichi could run. The things he did, they were horrific. The things he did were horrific. But I have to respect how much he pushed the plot forward. I have to respect all that he achieved. And I do think, now that I've finished the game, looking back at everything Kokichi did, I do think that he had good intentions, but again, it's like with Kaede. I don't care what your intentions are, you've gotten someone killed. You have gotten someone who is completely innocent in all of this, Gonta. You have gotten him killed. I don't care what your intentions are, that is horrific. And I despise him for what he did to Gonta. But I respect his role in the story, if that makes any kind of sense. A tier, Angie, Tenko, and Himiko. I miss Angie. I wish the crack addict had stayed on for a bit longer. She was just funny. Angie was hilarious. Same with Tenko. some people might find that odd, considering that if you remember from my Danganronpa 2 Let's Play, Mahiru was an F tier, and Mahiru was a massive sexist, and Tenko is a massive sexist, so why isn't Tenko an F tier? And I think ultimately it's because the writers made it clear that Tenko wasn't to be taken seriously. Tenko was very obviously like, hey, she's a massive sexist and her views aren't correct. Whereas with Mahiru, again, because they focused so little on the ladies, there was this kind of view of like, oh, Mahiru's spouting some sexist bullshit, we're not going to address it. We're not going to address it. She's just doing her thing. Whereas with Tenko, the writers made it clear that like, hey, we do not agree with these views. Her views are backwards and dumb, and they should not be taken seriously. They should not be lauded. You should not be admiring these views. And Tenko, at least Tenko actually stuck up for the girls. Something that Mahiru never did. Mahiru like, oh, I'm sticking up for the girls, I'm sticking up for the girls. What's that? Hiyoko has threatened to stab Mikan in the vagina? She's threatened her with sexual violence? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Oh, Fuyuhiko is saying that maybe Peko was drugged and it's not her fault that she had chronic diarrhea. Like, oh, fuck you, Fuyuhiko. Fuck you for defending a girl. Like, Mahiru was so confused as a character. Tenko, you can tell they had a clear vision of what they were going for. And all of her negative views weren't to be taken seriously, and I appreciate that. And on top of that, she was funny. She was very funny. And I liked that about her. So that's why she's on 80. And Himiko, I loved Himiko. Again, she got so much wonderful growth. And I really appreciated that. And now S tier, Gonta, Keebo, and Kaede. I think Gonta and Keebo, I think they're obvious. I love the pair of them. Gonta is my sweet, special baby boy. Admittedly, he was really a psychopath. Again, I am choosing to believe that they were actually all psychopaths who volunteered for this. In a way, I really shouldn't have this tier list because we never met any of these people. But you know, we'll go off the characters that we met. And I loved Gonta. I loved him so much. Keebo, funnily enough, at the start, I didn't really like him. At the start, I would have placed him as D tier. But as things went on, I loved him. I loved how hopeful he was. I loved how he always tried to help people out. I adored him. And now on to Kaede. This is the one that might surprise you because I didn't like Kaede. I really didn't like Kaede. I found her to be extremely toxically positive. Again, just like, oh, she was selfless. She was selfless. Was she bollocks? Was she bollocks? She had good intentions. Again, like Kokichi, she had good intentions, but I think back to the Death Road, where she forced people again and again and again to hurt themselves. Okay, yeah, you're trying to get everyone to escape, but everyone is really injured. And the two explanations we have are that she didn't notice. Oh, so she cares so much about these people, but she didn't notice that they were horrifically injured. That's a bit of a contradiction, don't you think? Or she did notice and she just didn't care. She was so focused on getting them to safety, getting them out, that she didn't stop to think, maybe they're all becoming really injured and this is going to cause fractions within the group. Again, in which case, she has no business trying to be the leader. If she is looking at these people getting hurt and she does not care about their pain, she has no business being in command. I did not like Kaede, but she had a personality. Every single game, I have said I would rather play as a character that I hate but had a strong personality. If Kaito had been the protagonist, he would be S tier. If Kaito had been the protagonist, he would be S tier because he had a personality I hated, but he had a personality compared to Shuichi, who was just a doormat. He was just a doormat. At least Kaede had that strong personality, even if it was a personality I hated. And I respect the shit out of the writers for that. So yeah, that is my tier list. Now, I think that's everything. I think that's everything. I really like this game. I did not necessarily like some people thinking that, you know, oh, it's perfectly acceptable to send death threats to someone just because they don't like a fictional character. That was some bullshit. But aside from that, I really like this game. This was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. And do I have anything else to say? Actually I do. So I've been requested a few games that are in a similar vein to Danganronpa. I just want to talk those over. Any fan games that have these characters from, you know, 1, 2, V3, strong no. I can safely say I will never play a Danganronpa game that has these characters because I'm not interested in hearing those stories. I'm sorry, I'm just not. I'm just not interested in playing a game with these same sets of characters. I want to see new characters. Fan games that are their own separate entities, like, what is it, Project Eden? Something like that. I would happily play that one day when it gets its full release, not beforehand. I'm not willing to touch a fan game that hasn't been completed. I don't want to play a few chapters of something and then it turns out, oh, it got cancelled, it's never going to be finished. I have no interest in that. So, you know, if a game like Project Eden, if it has a full release, I'd happily go and play that, but not anything that hasn't been completed. I've also been requested things like, God, what is it? Your Time to Die, I think it's called, or Your Turn to Die. There's the, it's like I think it's made by Spike Chunsoft. It's an escape game series, 666, something like that. You know what, I wrote down all of the games I got suggested, so it should be in my notes. Zero Escape, 999, not 666. I was close. And it's Your Turn to Die, not Time to Die. Yeah, so those are on my list. I'm going to be brutally honest. I feel very Danganronpa'd out. That was one of my worries when I started this game. I feel very Danganronpa'd out. I'm not a massive anime fan. The art style is beautiful and there are a few animes that I like, but I'm not super into anime. I'm not into those character tropes. And on some level, whilst I've enjoyed the Danganronpa series, I do feel like I've been playing the same game for about 3 years. I think I've been, give me a minute, again, yeah, 3 years. I feel like I've been playing the same game for 3 years, and I want to try out new games. I'm gonna be honest, any game with an anime-esque art style, I will not be playing for at least a year. I bought the Phoenix Wright trilogy sometime when I was playing Danganronpa. I will not be touching that for at least a year. At the very least. I just want some space. I want some space from anime. I want some space from, oh, these people are trapped in a killing game and we need to figure shit out. I want some space. I want some space from this art style and this genre. So yeah, don't expect any games that are in the same vein as Danganronpa. Don't expect me to be playing them anytime soon. I won't. I would like a little bit of a break, please. Okay, and now I think I've said everything I wanted to say. And with that, it is time to say goodbye to Danganronpa. And hello once again to Life is Strange. On Monday, we will be getting started on Life is Strange True Colors. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.